Sorry. Yes, sorry. Online students. Online students. Sorry here. I have not seen. Okay. Now can you able to hear? Okay. Thank you. I'll repeat here. What should I do? Right. Thank you. Okay. Sorry for yes, online students. I'll explain it. I'll explain it. Okay, no problem. Just here. So what we are talking about is Python is what? Easy, simple, simple and what? Easy. Why Python is easy? Because Python is having what? Simple syntax. That is compared to C, C++, Java, Python is having easy syntax. Because in C, C++, Java, the statements are terminated with what? Semicolon. But in Python, statements are not terminated with semicolon. In C, C++, Java, blocks uses or blocks are defined using or blocks are defined using curly braces, but when it comes to the Python, you are not defining the blocks using which one? Curly braces. And in C, C++, Java, variable declaration is what? Required. Suppose if I'm trying to write A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and C equal to A plus B, it means you are assigning 10 to what here? A, and 20 to B, and A plus B value to what? C. But you cannot assign the value to this A until unless you don't reserve the space. You cannot assign the value to A until unless you don't reserve the space. But how you reserve the space? By declaring what? Variables. How you reserve the space? By declaring variables, saying integer A comma B comma what? C. So what is this A, B, C here? Variables. And these are variables of which type? Integer. So what will happen? So there is a memory reserved for A, there is a memory reserved for what? B, and there is a memory reserved for C. So this is A and this is B and this is what here? C. So what is the value of A here? 10. And the value of B is a 20 and the value of B is a C is a 30. But if I don't write this declaration, then immediately is it give syntax error or not? Yes. But when it comes to the Python, if I'm writing integer A, it will give left and right. Okay. So what did it say? Syntax error. Now this is syntax error in what? Python. Python says that, okay, why you are declaring variable? You can just assign it A equal to 10. You just say A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and C equal to what? A plus B. And print A value, B value, and what? C value. So what is the value of A? 10. B is a 20 and C is a 30. So is it any declaration is there? No. So as a Python developer, you don't require to think about what? Variable declarations. In C, C++, Java, variable declaration is required. But in Python, variable declaration is, in Python variable declaration is not required. Means as a Python developer, you don't require to think about declaration of what? Variables. You don't require to think about declaring what? Variables. You just assign what? Values. You just assign values without declaring what? Variables. So this is simple syntax. Okay, why Python is easy? Because it is having a simple syntax. First one is, and second one is less What is the second one here? Less number of lines of code. Less number of lines of code. Coding. Less coding. It means you can solve the complex problem in easy way. You can solve the complex problem in what? Easy way. That is called as less coding. Less coding or minimum coding. Less coding or minimum coding. For example, suppose assume that you are working with the C language. Please try to concentrate this. It is very simple. Please try to concentrate. Why people are saying Python is easy? Your favorite thing is what? Easy, right? जो easy बोला उसको लेके आना, उसको बताएंगे क्या easy है बोल के, okay ना? So simple syntax, and second one is what? Less coding. For example, if you are working with the C language, assume that I want to swap two numbers. I want to swap two numbers in what? C language. How can you swap it? You declare first what? Variables. You try to declare some three variables, and then you'll say A equal to what? 10, B equal to 20, then C equal to A equal to B equal to C. And then you print the value of which one? A and B. So percentage D, A value and what? B value. So this many number of lines of code you have to write in C language. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But in Python, I can do the same thing. Okay, suppose I can write A comma B equal to 10 comma what? 20. Okay, then I'm saying A comma B equal to B comma A. How many statements I have written? Yes, A comma B. What is A value? 20. What is B value? 10. So how many statements I have written? Only one statement. How many statements I have written? Only one statement. For example, we'll take a complex example. For example, if I'm working in the C language, I want to read some 5 values into one array. Suppose I'm working with the C language and I want to input 5 values into one array. One array is there. Inside the array, I want to input how many values? 5 values. For example, I write like this, integer A of what? 5. If you know C, then understand. Otherwise, just try to understand what I'm writing. It means you try to reserve memory for how many values? 5 values. Then I want to read. I want to input how many values inside this? 5 values. I want to input how many values inside this? 5 values. Then you declare integer some I, which is called as index. And then you'll say for I is what? 0 and I is less than 5, I plus plus. And then you write scanf percentage D, ampersand what? A of I. So this is reading. And after that, you try to print it, because in array, every element is identified with what? Index. Every element is identified with what? Index. You write like this, print percentage D, and what is this? A of I. So you have to terminate. If you don't terminate with a semicolon, again it gives what? Error. So how many lines of code you have written to input how many values? 5 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more is what? 6. So this is an array, right? A is array. You reserve memory for how many values here? 5 values. A is an array. You reserve memory for how many values here? 5 values. So this is a memory reserved for how many values? 5 values. And you try to input, means scanf is execute how many times? 5 times. So you try to read how many values here? 5 values. You try to input 5 values into the array. After input 5 values into the array, you try to display it. How you are displaying it? By using another for loop. But when it comes to the Python, less coding. Python is what? Less coding. Less coding means I can just create one array. What is the array here? A. A equal to, I simply write, okay, integer of, I just use what here? Input. And for I in range of some 5. That's it. So I can input how many values into this array? 5 values, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And what is A contain now? 5 values. This is where non-technical people like Python. How many lines of code you have written for input the 5 values into the array? Only one line. One line. But here how many lines of code? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So less number of lines of code or not? Yes. Anything, any problem, we can solve it easily, easy way, less number of codes, less number of lines of code compared to which one? C and C++. C, C++ and what? Java. C, C++ and Java, this is having less number of lines of code. Less number of lines of code. Yes. Don't raise the hand. If it is there anything, you put in short window, right? So this is having number of lines of code, but here you have written everything inside what? One line only. You'll come across this. Don't worry. What is this square brackets? What is integer input? For everything I'll explain in the class. Okay. But just try to understand how many lines of code you have written for this. Only one line of code you have written for this. But here, how many lines of code you have written for this? More than one line. So less number of lines of code, easy to understand. Okay. So second one is, okay. So complex problems can be solved with less number of less number of lines of which one? Code. You don't require to write lengthy coding. You don't require to write what? Lengthy coding. For example, assume that I created one array. I created one array. So there is an array with some 10 values are there. There is array with how many values are there? 10 values. I want to find out whether a values exist in this array or not. Okay, then I can simply write, okay, I want to know whether 60 is there inside this array or not. I'll say 60 in what array. So is it 60 is there inside the array or not? Yes. So what is the value written? True. If I'm writing 120 in array, will it return true or false? False. Suppose assume that this is a list of mobile numbers. Assume that this is an array of which one? Mobile numbers. I want to know this mobile number is there in the mobile number array. If the mobile number is there, it will return what? True. If the mobile number is not there, it will return what? False. But if I want to do the same thing in C language, I have to use one for loop. I have to use searching technique like linear search and what is it? Binary search. You have to use linear search or what? Binary search for searching one element. Here, no. I simply use one operator called which one? In. Is it this values there inside this array or not? Why should I implement linear search or what? Binary search. So non-technical people, you can able to understand or not? Yes. Non-technical. See, all these are non-technical. But this is high technical, highly technical, right? But this is non-technical people can understand easily. This is a collection of values. This is a collection of values, and inside this collection of values, you are asking it, this values there inside this collection of values or not. If this values there in this collection of values, it will return what? True. If this value is not there in this collection of values, it is returning what? False. How many lines of statements is written? Only one line. Only one line. I have not implemented any binary search or what? Linear search. No, right? So why Python is simple? Why Python is simple? Because it's having simple syntax. And second one is less coding. So the complex problems can be solved with less number of lines of code. You don't require to write number of lines of code. Anything you want to solve it only 2 lines, 3 lines. That's it. Not more than that. See, if you see some data science projects, right? You just see some data science projects, you can just go to the kaggle.com. So where you can find some data science related projects here. Whichever project you want it, you can just search here. Okay. For example, if you take chatbots, so there is a chatbot here. Okay. Suppose reply chatbot 4 years back. This is might be. So if you see any coding, right? If you see any coding or anything, you can find. Sorry. So projects code related with which one? Python projects. So just to see here. So there are so many projects related with this. Okay. Number of projects are there. Forecast and visualization of total sales. Forecast and visualization of what? Total sales. Now, if you see this, but see how many libraries are imported. See how many libraries are imported here. So many libraries, right? So many libraries are imported because everything is predefined, right? So you don't require to write number of lines. See, these are some functions. Is written some functions. Is written some functions, right? But not the number of lines. See, this function is having how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this function is having how many lines? 1, 2. And this function is having how many lines? 1, 2. This function is having only one line. Means complete project, if you see some number of functions, those functions doesn't have so many number of lines of what? Code. Because Python makes it everything to write everything in how many lines? One lines, or what is that? Two lines. So that you can call it as less number of lines of code. Less number of lines of what? Code. Now third one is, yes. So Python is easy. Python is simple. Python is simple because, so there is one more. Python is simple. Python is simple because it's having simple syntax, and second one is it is having less coding. And not only that, Python is simple because it is having automatic which one? Memory management. Okay, it is having automatic memory management. Python is simple because it is having automatic memory management. What is the meaning of memory management? So memory management consists of two things. One is allocation of memory and one more is deallocation of memory. Memory management consists of two things. One is allocation of memory and one more is what? Deallocation. Allocation means reserving. Allocation means what? Reserving. Why you reserve the space? Generally, why program reserve the space? A program reserve the space in order to store what? Data. Okay, see, why you are writing a program? To process the data. Why you are writing a program? To process the data. So for that data, you reserve some space. For that data, you reserve some space. And you reserve the space and load the data in that space and perform certain operations. After performing the operations, what you need to do? You have to unreserve it. If you don't unreserve it, what will happen? It leads to what? Wastage of memory. It leads to what? Wastage of memory. When it comes to the C++, when it comes to the C++, memory management is what? Explicit. When it comes to the C++, memory management is what? Explicit. Explicit means programmer has to be take care of what? Memory management. Who will take care of memory management? Programmer. When you reserve the space, you have to unreserve what? Space. If you don't unreserve it, what will happen? It leads to what? Wastage of memory. For example, if you take your mobile, in mobile you open so many applications, right? Can you open number of applications or not? Yes. If you open number of applications, each application occupies some space. If you open number of applications, then your mobile will what? Slow down. Yes or no? Your mobile will what? Slow down. Then what you do it? You close some applications. But is it your operating system is closing the applications automatically? No. Who will close it? We should close it. I should say close, and close. Then only my applications get what? Close. It means, is it release that memory or not? Yes. Then your mobile becomes what? Fast. In the same way, in application development also, In the application development also, you are trying to reserve some space. Your program will reserve some space. Within that space, what do you do it? You load the data. After loading the data, you perform certain operations. After doing the operations, after getting the result, that memory has to be reclaimed or not? Yes. So that that space can be used by what? Other part of the program. If that space is not released, then what will happen? It leads to what? Wastage of memory. If it is wastage of memory, what will happen? Your program occupies more space. If your program occupies more space, what will happen? Efficiency will be what? Decrease. If the efficiency will be decreased, what will happen? The client will say, what you develop? Your application is running very slow. How can I use it? Even if you download certain applications, if your application is not faster, will you use it? Any game, if you download it, if it is not faster, will you use it? No. You always look for what? The application which is very fast, which is efficient, or which is more faster. Then how that efficiency is calculated? Based on two things. One is the space complexity, and one more is what? Time complexity. One is the space, and one more is what? Time. If you write less number of lines of code, then it occupies less space. If it is occupy less space, then obviously increase what? Efficiency. And not only that, Python is having automatic memory management. In Python, you don't require to think about what? Memory management. As a Python developer, you don't require to think about what? Memory management. The memory management is taken care by which one? Python. Your job is store the data. Don't think about what? How to remove that data. The removing or unreserving of that space automatically done by which one? Python. So Python is provided one service called which one? Garbage collector. It will provide like the way how you use in Java, right? JVM, here PVM will be there, Python virtual machine. So that Python virtual machine will provide the runtime environment for which applications? Python application, or it will provide one service called which one? Garbage collector, who will take care of which one? Automatic memory management. Memory management. How you do this in C language is, suppose if you are working with the C language, there is a chance of memory leak and wastage of memory in which language? C language. Because in C language, memory management is what? Explicit. For example, I allocate memory by saying integer star p. Star p means this is what here? Pointer, right? This is a pointer. Pointer hold what in C language? Address. Pointer hold which one? Address. So you reserve the memory by saying which one? Malloc. And reserve the space of how many bytes here? 10 bytes. You reserve the space of how many bytes? 10 bytes. 10 bytes. Then after that you store the data. After storing the data, I want to delete this memory. After storing the data, after performing the operation, I need to delete this memory. How can I delete it? By using one other function. What is that? Free p. Then what will happen? Is it this memory get deleted or not? Yes. It means you are allocating it by using which one? Malloc. You try to remove it by using which one? Free. But when it comes to the Python, no. You allocate it, but you never think about what? Deallocation. Deallocation means deleting. That is taken care by which one? Python itself. So in Python, yes. Yes, memory management consists of two things. Memory management consists of two things. One is, what is the first one? What is this here? Allocation of memory. And second one is what? Deallocation. Allocation means what? Allocate. Your ticket is allocated or not? अब मूवी देखना है, क्या करना? पहले टिकट अलोकेट कर लेना, सीट रिजर्व कर लेना. Yes, allocation of memory, that is reserving what? Space. Allocation is nothing but reserving space. allocation of memory and deallocation of what? Memory. So in Python, in Python, in Python memory management, in Python memory management is taken care by which one? Python runtime, Python runtime environment, Python runtime environment, or Python itself. So Python provides one service called which one? Garbage. It will provide one service called which one? Garbage collector. What is the name of that service? Garbage. What is this service here? Garbage collector. Garbage. What is garbage? Unused. Garbage means what? Unused. Unused memory is automatically removed by what? Python. Garbage collect. So it means Python is easy because Python is having what? Python is easy because Python is having what? Automatic memory management. It means as a Python developer, are you think about memory management? No. Is it makes Python is simple or not? Yes. Simple bolo, they don't say English, right? All high level languages are in what? English only. All high level languages are in what? English only. Okay. Don't say why Python is simple. It is English like. C is what? English like. C++ is what? English like. Java is also English like. Python is also English like. But how it is simple? You have to tell all this. Okay, now. So tell me why Python is simple? Simple syntax. Second one is less coding. Third one is automatic memory management. So what are the things which are removed from Python? What are the things which are removed in Python which makes it simple syntax? It is not terminated. Statements are not terminated with what? Semicolons. And there is no curly braces. There is no declaration of variables. As a Python developer, you don't require to think about all these things. If you think about this, then it leads to what? Syntax errors. Then less coding. Complex problems can be solved with what? Less number of lines of code, right? And next one is automatic memory management. Memory management consists of how many things? Two things. What is the first one? Allocation. Second one is deallocate. Allocation means reserving. Deallocation means unreserving. Who will reserve? Programmer. Who will unreserve? Python. Who will reserve? Programmer. Who will unreserve? Python. You don't require to unreserve the space. That is taken care by which one? Python itself. And who's take care of this one? Garbage collector. Very good. Okay, now yes. Okay. I think this is clear, right? Okay. Then next feature is Python is what here? Free and open source. I want everyone should understand these features. Everyone should understand these features and the strengths of which one? Python. So Python is free and which one? Open source. Python is free and open source, right? Okay. Yes. Yes. So you should tell about this. Suppose I said, you should learn the subject in such a way that I should able to explain to other students also. Why is a subject? Subject kaise seekhte? You have to learn the subject in such a way that you should explain to other people saying that, okay, Python easy, क्यों बोल रहे तो ये पूरा रहता है इसके अंदर. Discuss कर लेना आप लोग. Hostel में जाके खाली charting नहीं करना यार. You have to discuss about what? Subject. What you have learned, you have to discuss, not about movies or something else, right? Yes or no? कौन है उन्हों? Yes. So Python is a free and what is that? Open source. Python is free software. Python is free to what? Download. Free to download. Free to download. You don't require to purchase the Python software. You don't require to purchase a Python software. You can download the Python software freely. Now Python people are giving this Python for what? Free. But what is the advantage of giving it is for free? अभी देखो simple है, marketing है ना. Free means what? Marketing strategy or not? Yes. Yes or no? Geo when they introduced in the market, they started with what? Free. सब लोग ले लिए. बाद में क्या हुआ? Paid हो गए. Okay, then you cannot change it, right? Still you are using which one? Geo. Still are you using Geo or not? Yes. Okay, no cost. Initially no cost. But when they spread all over India, then they started charging or not. Yes. Here also same thing. Initially, even Java is also given for free. Now Java is not a free. Java is not a free now. It is a paid. If you want to develop any projects in Java, you have to take the license. If you want to develop any projects in .NET, you have to take the license from Microsoft. If you want to develop any projects in Java, you have to take the license from Oracle. License means you have to pay some money or not. Yes. But Python is what here? Free. So it means will it reduce the development cost? Tell me, will it reduce the development cost or not? Yes. It will reduce the development cost because it is free to download or not? Yes. It is free to download. Then from where they get the revenue? From where they get the revenue? It is an open community, right? So it is a community. Community people will be there, and there will be some members of this community. There will be a sponsors. Those who are using Python language, those people will become which one? Sponsors. Like Google is using Python. Then try to fund, try to give the funds for which one? PSF. Facebook using Python, they try to give funds to what? Python. That is PSF, which is called as Python Software Foundation. PSF. Now you can download this Python software from one website, right? www.python.org. Now you can also donate. यहाँ पे देखो donate है ना. Suppose you got a job on Python. First salary देते क्या? नहीं देते. Friend को देते. Party कर लेते आप लोग. फर्स्ट सैलरी आए बोले तो फ्रेंड आ जाता घर को. जाएंगे बोल के. सही है ना गलत है? पाइथन को सोचते क्या? नहीं सोचते, right? So this is how it is. You can also donate it, right? Donations are there or not? Yes, donations are there here, and you can see PSF, Python Software Foundation, is an organization devoted to advancing open source technology related to which one? Python programming language. We support the Python community through what? Grants. Who's giving grants here? Community people. Grants are given by which one? Community people. Okay, community people, right? So yes, you can see donations, sponsorship. Okay, sponsors are there. PSF sponsors. Who is the sponsors of PSF? You can see that big companies are there. Who's there? Microsoft, AWS, SalesForce. Okay, all these are number of sponsors or not? Yes, IBM. Big companies are there. See, Oracle. So many big companies are there involved in development of which one? Python. It means so many companies are involved in Python or not? Yes, you can see Netflix is there. Netflix is there, and so many companies are there. Yes or no? Okay, these people are called as which members here? Sponsors. Okay, those who provide what is that? Grants and other things, right? And you can also become a member of it. You can take a membership. Membership is free. Membership is what? Free. You don't require to pay anything. Okay, then come to the Python, and you can download the Python from downloads. Here you have downloads, and you can find the Python software from different operating systems, Windows, Mac, other platforms. Suppose I want to download for Windows. Okay, I want to download for Windows. Just click on which one? Windows. Now, what is the latest version of Python? 3.10.6. Sometimes an interview might ask you, what is Python 3? What is .10? What is .6? Suppose if interviewer asks you, which version you learn? You'll say, I know Python 3.10.6. Tell me what is Python 3? Then what is 10? Tell me .6. So this contains so many versions or not? Yes. This is one version, but Python 3 is called as a major version, 10 is called as a minor version, and 6 is called as a micro version. Major version, minor version, and one more is what? Micro version. अभी mobile में भी versions रहते हैं ना? Okay, you find versions in mobiles or not? Yes. In the same way, you find the versions in what? Software. We'll discuss about that. What is a major version, minor version, and what? Micro version, and what are the differences? But Python is free to download, and Python software can be downloaded from Python software can be downloaded. I'll tell you later how to download and work with the Python. But now just remember this location from where you are downloading it. Okay, downloaded from the following website. The following website. Okay, now this is a website from where you can download. But this is Windows. But if you want to download, just open which one? Downloads. So Python is not only free, it is also which one? Open source. Yes or no? Python is open source. Python is what? Open source. What is the meaning of this open source? What is open source? Okay, now what is open source? What is open source? Right? Suppose you write a program in one language, right? Please try to understand. Up to this, is it clear or not? What is a yes or no here? Then what is open source? Open source. You write one program. Okay. You write one program in which language? C language. Then the program what you write in C language is called which program? Don't say C program, right? The program what you write in C language is called which program? C program. C program or not? Yes. But what is the source? Is it this program is called which program? This program is called as which program? Source program. What is the meaning of source program? The program written in which language? High level language. The program which is written in which language? High level language is called as which program? Source program. The program written in high level language is called which program? Source program. C is which language? High level language. C++ is high level language. Java is a high level language. And all high level languages are in English or not? Yes. So who understand high level language? Huh? Who understand high level language? Huh? Who understand? और कौन है? Or who understand the high level language? Programmer. People, not people. I should say programmer. C programmer understand which language? C program. C++ programmer understand? C++. Java programmer understand? Java. Who understand high level language? Programmer. Is it programmer understandable or machine understandable? Programmer understandable. But computer is an electronic device or not? Yes. Computer is an electronic device and it understands only which language? Binary language. It understands which language? Binary language, which is called as zeros and ones. And this program is called? This program is called which program? It is called as which program? Executable program. This is called as which program? Executable program. Executable program. Executable program contain which code? Binary code. Then who convert this source code to binary code? Translators. Okay. So we'll discuss about these translators again, but there will be a translators like compilers and what? Interpreters, which translate this high level code to what? Low level. High level code to which one? Low level. Now who understand the source code? Programmer. Who understand executable code? Computer. Can you understand zeros and ones? No. Who understands zeros and ones? Computer. Who understands source code? Programmer. Who understands the source code? Programmer. Yes, I'll upload it. I inform the people. They said yes, yes. Yes, but only not all the classes videos are available. Okay, initial classes videos will be uploaded. Okay, now, yes, who is this? Some person, Madhu Babu, right? Not all the classes, only some of the classes are available in the Google Classroom. Not all videos. My videos are not given outside. Okay, my videos are not given outside, only some videos, like 5 to 6 videos are given, but not all videos are not, all videos are not given. Okay, getting on, first classes are given, not all videos. Okay, na? Yes. Okay, right. Okay, now assume that you develop one game. Okay, come on here. You develop one game. One game is developed. You developed one game, right? So what is this game is? What game you developed is? What game you want to develop here? Only one game, PUBG. Okay. PUBG.C. So this game is written in which language? C language, right? And you translate this, then it will generate which code? Binary code. And this binary code is executed by the computer or not? Yes. Binary code is executed by computer. Okay, now this is PUBG.C. And after translation, you'll get which one? PUBG dot which one? EXE. So to execute the program, you required C or EXE? To execute the program, you required a C program or EXE? Or tell me here, you required a C or EXE? How you run the program, using .c or .exe? Which one is understood by the computer? C program or binary code? Binary code. Which one is required? .exe. To run the program, you required which one? .exe. You don't require which one? .c. You don't require .c. You required only .exe. .exe. You don't require .c. Right? You required only .exe, not .c. Right? So here already, see, online students, just to save these links. These are last two classes videos. These are last two classes videos. Just save it, and for you I'll upload. I said you people are there in the Google Classroom, right? No, yes sir. If you are not there, I'll give you the link. Okay, join. Very enough. Yes. See, Python is for non-technical background people only. I said no, Python is for non-technical, those who want to move towards what is that? Data science, artificial intelligence, business analyst, data analyst. So you can move that side by just learning Python with some SQL, Python with Tableau, Python with what? Power BI or any other tool you can learn, right? So now this is a classroom. This is a classroom, and this is a classroom code. So those who are not joined, they can join it with this classroom code. This is a classroom code, and I'll try to copy the link also in the chat window. So those who want to join here, yes, this is a classroom. You can join here. Yes, yes. I shared the classroom link. You can join in this classroom. Online students, those who are not joined, they can join it, and already uploaded last two classes lectures. So even uploaded which one? Python content also. Python content is there, and this is a first class notes, and this is a second class notes. This is a first class, and this is what? Second class. Okay, right? So just try to join this. Okay. Okay, fine. So classwork, you can find in the classwork daily notes, or you can find in the stream also. And if you want to ask any questions, you can ask here. If anyone want to ask any questions, you can ask here by just adding one comment. I'll try to respond it. Okay. Yes. So then next is, what is this now? Oh, sorry. To run this PUBG game, what you require, PUBG.c or PUBG.exe? PUBG.exe. If you want to sell your game, you want to sell it, you want to sell your game, then which one will you sell, PUBG.c or PUBG.exe? PUBG.c or PUBG.exe? PUBG.c or exe? C. To run the game, what you require, C or exe? Exe or not? Then which one will you sell? .c or .exe? .exe. Don't sell which one? C. If you sell C, what will happen? If that person knows C, what he can do? He can modify his game or not? Yes. He can modify the game and develop one new PUBG. Because you are given which code? You are given which code? Source code. Whatever code you have written, that you have given, right? If you give this source code, is it secured or not secured? Not secured, because that person can do the changes or not. Yes. That person can do the changes and develop new games or not. Yes. Because of that, you don't give the PUBG.c, but you'll give what? PUBG.exe. So that he can just run it, but he cannot do anything. Because it is compiled code or not? Yes. It is not source code. It is what? Compiled code. If the source code is given to the public, what will happen? The public can modify that code and develop new languages or not? Yes. In the same way, Python free, and at the same time, it is also which one? Open source. Means the source code of the Python software, complete, like PUBG source code is given to the public, like that Python software is developed in one language. Python software is developed in one language. Which language? C language. Python is written in which language? C language. So whatever code is there which is written in what? C language, that is given to what? Public. That code is public. You can see each function of Python. You can see each and every functionality of which one? Python. You can do the changes and you can do what? Develop a new language. Getting on not? Okay. So what is open source? What is the source code? First of all, you should know what is the source code. Rather than saying what is open source, what is source code? Source, what is source code? Source code or source program. What is source code or source program? Now answer this. Come on here. The program, please, yes, the program written in high level language. The program written in high level language is called, which program? Source program. This program is understood by, what? Programmer. Sometimes when you attend interviews, okay, you put one project. He might ask you, can you show you the source code of your project? Can you show the source code of project? Means don't say what is source code. Then he'll think that, okay, you don't know anything. You're a dummy. Getting on not? What is the source code means? You have not done anything. Some people, they just put the projects and apply the jobs and they'll become some XYZ in the interview. Okay. So don't do like that. You will read all the project modules, what you're doing it. Because when you put the project, you should have an overview of that particular project. What is your role? Some people, they just put the project without knowing what is the role in that project. Suppose suddenly you have done the project, you put one fake project, then he might ask you, what is the role in this project? Which module you have done? Khatam. Over. खेल खत्म, फिर आ जाते अमीरपेट कोई, किधर भी नहीं जाते फिर. You'll not go to anywhere. You'll come back to which one? Amirpet. Amirpet only. Because here only you find everything. Any new technology that will come from where? Amirpet only. Any new technology, you want one technology. Suppose if one person required one new technology and come and ask one person in Amirpet who's a faculty, he'll say that I'll teach you tomorrow. He'll tell only one thing, I'll teach you tomorrow, because that much good faculties are there in what? Amirpet. So learning process is very important, right? Any new technology we are able to teach. If you are good in one technology, any technology can rule it. So that is what will happen in software industry, right? You have to update yourself. You should not learn the things, right? You have to update. Updating should be done, right? Okay, anyway, what is the source program is? The program written in which language? High level language is called which one? Source program. And this program is understood by programmer. But what is the open source? If the source program is given to the public, giving source program to the public is called which one? Open source. Giving which one? Source programs. Giving source programs to what? Public is called which one? Open source. Suppose WhatsApp is there. What you do it? You download and use it. Is the source code of WhatsApp is given? No. If WhatsApp source code is given, then you find so many WhatsApps. Because I know which language it is written, then I change it. And WhatsApp, Z WhatsApp, you find so many things. But how it is developed, it is hidden, right? It is secured. The code is what? Secured. Proprietary, that is called as which one? Proprietary. You develop one formula. For example, one scientist is there, he'll develop one formula. If make that formula is public, then what will happen? All the people can use it or not? Yes. But if the formula is proprietary, then anyone cannot use it. So your proprietary means it is licensed. It is not open source. Who will change it? Only that person will change it. .NET is there. .NET is not open source. .NET is there. .NET is not open source. Any changes has to be done. That changes is done by which one? Microsoft only. Java is not open source. If it is open source, it is given to the public and public will do some changes or not. Yes. So giving source program to the public is called what? Open source. So the advantage of open source technologies, advantage of open source technologies is, what is advantage? Or what is the advantage? They can develop what? They can develop new technologies. They can develop new technologies, or what is that? Languages, or integrate with what? Existing technologies. You can use with other technologies if the source code is open to what? Public. If the source code is open to the public, you can develop new technologies, or you can integrate with the existing technologies, or you can do the changes and develop a new language itself. That is the advantage of which one? Open source. Is it clear, this one? Okay. Next. So this is the second feature. First feature is simple or easy, and second one is free and open source. And third one is what? Large standard libraries. All of you, is it clear or not? Okay, you have to give one seminar on Python. After completing introduction, you have to give one, what you have to give? Seminar. यहाँ पे आके पढ़ाना. You have to stand here and you should talk about which one? Python. क्यों? Stage fear चले जाता, नहीं तो हिलते रहते ऐसा. Yes or no? Yes. Are you ready? No, I don't think so. Right? Okay. Large standard libraries. Large standard libraries. So Python is having so many libraries. Python is having so many libraries. So that is called as a large standard libraries. I said already library. Yes, please, backside. Please listen here. Okay. After the class, you can talk. Okay. Yes. So library is a set of what? Predefined programs. Library is a set of predefined programs, right? Yes or no? What is a yes or no? Library is a set of predefined programs. Predefined programs. So libraries are set of predefined programs which consist of what? Which consist of pre-written functionality. Pre-written what? Functionality. So libraries are used. Libraries. Okay, already I said libraries are used to develop what? Different types of to develop which one? Different types of what is this? Applications. Libraries are used for developing different types of applications, which consist of pre-written functionality, and libraries are used to develop different types of applications. So Python is having very big community, and the community people, they develop so many libraries, and where you find all these libraries? You find all these libraries in one repository. You find in one repository called pypi dot which one? Org. What is this now? Find, you can see find, install and publish which one? Python packages. So Python libraries are called which one? Packages. Like C libraries are called which one? Header files. C libraries are what? Header files. Python libraries are what? Packages. Package is a collection of what? Modules. Package is a collection of modules. A module is a set of functions. A package is nothing but a folder. What is a package? General, technical, non-technically, a package is nothing but what? Folder. And inside that folder, you'll have some number of programs. And each Python program is called as one module. What is module? Python program. What is module? Python program. Program contain what? Some set of functions. So Python libraries are called which one? Packages. A package is a collection of modules. A module is a set of functions. A set of functions. Now you can find so many packages here. Lot of packages are there. See here, so many packages. Which package you wanted? Which library you wanted? You want to develop a chess game? Then you can find the library for what? Chess. You can see a chess library with move generation and validations. Now what you can do it? You don't require to write anything, right? You want to create a board. The board is available. You want to create a board. Suppose in C language, I have to write a lot of code for creating only board, chess board only. But here I don't require to do that because everything is ready-made. Ready-made. Just use it. Which library you want it, just import it and use all the functionality and develop what? Projects. So Python come up with so many libraries, and all these libraries, suppose I'm just writing here Python library is called which one? Package. A package is a collection of what? Modules. A module is a Python. Module is what? Python program, which is collection of which one? Functions, which is having some set of pre-written functions. Like in C, it is called as header files. In Python, it is called as which one? Packages. A package is a collection of module. A module is a Python program. What it is having? Functions. Tell me where you find these libraries. All Python libraries are available in one repository or website. One website is there. What is that website? www.pypi.org. PYPI stands for Python package index. What is this Python package index? Because whenever you install the Python software, you don't get. Whenever you install the Python software, you don't get. Whenever you install the Python software, you don't get all the libraries. When you install the Python software, you don't get all the libraries. You get only standard libraries. Application specific libraries, you don't get it. With which software? Python software. No, you don't get it with Python software. You have to download from where? Python package index, which is called as www.pypi.org. You ask the people, those who complete Python, where these Python libraries are available, they cannot tell. Getting or not? But as a developer, you must know where these libraries are available, from where you are downloading all these libraries. Okay, now? Yes. Next, what is the advantage of libraries? What is the advantage of libraries? Libraries makes it application development easy. Makes it application development what? Easy. Less coding or not? Yes. Rather than you write the code, already code is there. Get it, use it. Rather than you write the code, already code is there. Import it, use it. Which one is easy? You write it or existing code? Existing. But always existing code will not work, right? In that case, you build your own algorithms. You build your own code. For that, you should know what? Python. Yes or no? Okay. Yes. Just try to understand this. This is large standard libraries. Okay. Come on. Just recap. What is the first one we learn? Simple or easy? Python is simple. How it is simple? Simple syntax. Second one is less coding. Third one is okay, automatic memory management. Second one is free and open source. Will you purchase a Python software? No, you don't purchase a Python software. You download Python software from where? www.python.org/downloads, right? And Python is what? Open source. What is source code? Program written in high level language is called which program? Source program. Who understand the source code? Programmer. Computer understand? Computer understand which code? Binary code or executable code. I just copy this also. Okay. So computer understand only binary code or what? Executable code. Okay. So it means what is a open source? Giving source program to which one? Public. Is called as which one? Open source. So the advantage of open source technologies, can develop what? New technologies, new languages, and integrate with what? Existing technologies. Customization is possible or not? Yes. Then next one is large standard libraries. So Python libraries are called packages. Python library is called package. What is a package? Collection of module. What is a module? Python program. What Python program contain? Functions, pre-written functions. What is the advantage of having number of libraries? Development becomes what? Easy. You don't require to write the code. Where these libraries are available in? Python package index. That is nothing but www.pypi.org. So whenever you require any library, you just download and use from which one? Python package index. Is it clear or not? Okay. Next one. Next feature is Python is not only having this, Python is what? Platform independent. Okay. Are you getting or not? What do you say? Yes or no? Okay. I'll ask the questions. Don't worry. Yes. So I want every student should perfect in what? Python. Python. Any question is asked in Python, I should be able to answer it. I should not say that I don't know this, I don't know that, right? Any question is asked from beginning to ending. What is list, set, tuple, dictionary, frozen, set, function, lambdas, classes, objects, everything, anything is asked, I should tell just like that. Otherwise, it is not problem of you, it is problem of me only. Who's responsible? I'm responsible, right? No, you people are responsible because you are not studying, right? Huh? You have to study. You have to study. My responsibility is I'm repeating number of times and I'm making you to study also, right? Then that is your problem. You have to study. After going to the hostel, just open this and read once. Read once so that everything you'll get it. Okay, na? Anyway, today we'll just conclude here, right? And tomorrow we'll learn other important features. We'll try to complete most of the features, right? We'll try to complete most of the features tomorrow, like platform independency, interpreted, object oriented, embeddable, and all these things. And don't miss the tomorrow's class. We'll learn more tomorrow, right? So thank you. We'll see tomorrow, right? Thank you. We'll start it. Sime like derived from. Features are taken from ABC. Okay, and written in C line. Okay. Duration is, these are not demo classes, regular only. Yes, recordings I'll upload. Recordings are there. Balakrishna and Santosh. I'll be uploading records. Recordings links is given, right? Recording videos links is given. Just use that links. Only 2 classes. I'm sharing the links again. Only 2 classes are there. Yes. Yeah, this one. You can just see these 2 videos. Bye, Amma. Innan. Duration 2 to 2.5 months. 2 to 2.5 months. Hard copy, no. There's no hard copy of this. Payment details and all the things they'll inform. Banu and other people, they'll inform. Offline class strength will be some 200 plus.